Hello and welcome to Link Ahead. Every year we dedicate one episode to the Dublin Irish Festival, and this year, all due respect to all of the incredible artists and acts that we have at the festival, we had one at the very top of our list.
That's right, five-time world champion Irish dancers and viral sensations, the Gardiner Brothers. Matthew, Michael, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks so much for having us. We're excited to be on.
Absolutely awesome. Thank you for being here. Now, you're going to be at the Irish Festival performing all 3 days. So it's going to be awesome. Everyone is looking forward to it, and we're excited to have you. But what we have to start off by saying, what keeps you coming back to Dublin?
Well, I mean, Dublin Irish Fest, we got to go to Dublin Irish Fest last year. We were performing at it for the first time last year, and it was genuinely one of the best experiences that we've had as performers. Obviously, it's a celebration of all things Irish or all things Ireland. That's a huge part of what we do as the Gardiner Brothers. You know, we love to showcase the Irish culture on our social media and, you know, really push the boundaries. So to be a part of that, and that's obviously a big part of what Dublin Irish Fest does. I mean, I think it's physically the biggest Irish Fest, is that right, in the world?
So, yeah.
You know, it's phenomenal. And we're honored. You mentioned the other acts that are going to be there. Like every single year, they just have these incredible acts that are just, you know, pushing Irish culture and promoting it and just everybody having fun. We're honored to be a part of that. It's a huge honor for us to be there.
Yeah, and I will speak from personal experience because I watched you a few times last year. And how did I find you? I just followed the massive crowds.
Oh no.
So, what is it that makes you guys a little different that really connects with audiences so much?
Well, you know, we love to experiment with it, like Michael said, push the boundaries of what we do as Irish dancers. And I think people are really drawn to the mix of Irish dancing with modern music.
Yeah.
And you know that music can be anything from the Bee Gees to Ed Sheeran to Taylor Swift. And we just love experimenting with it. And yeah, just pushing the Irish culture, you know.
Yeah,
And I think that marriage between those two things, two unique things, is what pe draws people to it. And yeah.
Yeah, you're connecting different backgrounds there. You know, like we always use the example of like when we dance to Eminem, we always see a spike in our Detroit area
That's
followers, you
so
know,
funny.
which is, you know,
Oh,
which is amazing. But we get to connect people from Detroit with an Irish culture that they may never have seen before. And it's just, you know, you're reminding people of their, you know, like a nostalgic memory of, you know, listening to the Bee Gees, and now all of a sudden you're seeing it, and you know the Gardner Brothers are dancing to it. So it's a nice kind of combination there. We've enjoyed just, you know, connecting people that way so much.
that is awesome. So you built an incredible career. Five-time world champions, more than 10 million followers, and over 1 billion views on social. I mean, that's
That's about what Link Ahead gets, right?
yeah,
Ten
we're real close.
billion, give or take.
Well, it's
All right. At what point did you hit that you become something more than just competition? You know, how did this success and this building this did it build pressure, or does it like naturally keep escalating?
That's a great question. I think, you know, obviously we were so fortunate to, you know, with all of our hard work, there comes a lot of luck as well. And, you know, our dance teachers used to always say, you know, you have to be ready for when your luck is in. So we were fortunate enough to win those world titles, and we got to tour the world with Riverdance. And then obviously during the pandemic, you know, everything was shut down. So we just started our social media as like we had it, you know, before pre-pandemic, but we posted like twice a year. And now we started, you know, we got to the point where we were posting twice a day then. It really became, I think when it really changed for us was when we started seeing people commenting with us, you know, saying how much joy we're bringing, how much, you know, you need to keep doing this. And I guess I wouldn't say that there's ever pressure on us. I think
No,
it's more
I don't think so.
we see it as an opportunity. Like we get to do this. Like it's unbelievable. We get to, you know, our we both qualified. Matthew qualified as an engineer, I qualified as an architect, and we would both happily do that. But we get to dance for a living, and we get to
Hey,
speak, and we get to.
we do hire engineers and architects here in the city of Dublin if you're ever interested, you
Yeah.
know.
Hey, well, you
Well,
never
Maybe a
know.
second
never
or
say
third
never.
career.
Never say never. We actually joke sometimes with our audiences that you know, we can a nice business model in the future would be that we could design, you know, we could dance at your wedding and then design your house.
Well, that's it. So we had Jack Nicklaus on the Link Ahead earlier this year, and you know
Wow.
he played major golf tournaments. He also designs golf courses. So I could see you parlaying that into something.
Definitely. That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah, we'll have to hook up with Jack Nicklaus as well. Can you connect us, or we'll
Yeah,
We sure
absolutely
can.
can.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good career advice,
Yeah.
Bruce. So sticking with the dance, I know summer is kind of touring and performance season for you and so many others. How do you prepare your show and yourselves for the pace that you guys are doing this time of year?
Well, we're always like, to start off, we're always taking care of our bodies as much as possible. Obviously, we use our legs a lot. So
Yeah.
every day is leg day.
yeah,
Every
every day
day
is
is
leg
like,
day.
hey.
So whenever we do go to the gym, we're trying to, balance that out with upper body. And then so we're actually leaving for the Calgary Stampede. We're performing at the Stampede at the end of the week. But just like that, coming up to Dublin Irish Fest will be, we're going to be in the ice baths all this week, every day,
Oh,
They
making
do the
sure making
plunges.
sure our body is right for the festival.
Yeah.
And then apart from that, we're gonna have some amazing special guests joining us, some world-class dancers. So
Some of the best of the best.
we'll be hopping on Zoom with them, making sure everything is rehearsed and everything. We're gonna be bringing some new things as well to the festival this year that people wouldn't have seen last year. So that's all
Yeah.
exciting, and just
It's
trying
very
to trying to keep that standard up. And
exactly like it's very physical. What we do is very physical, and it definitely keeps us fit, but we also realize every day that we have to remain fit. It's like any of those anybody that uses their body for their work, like a sports star or anything, you have to keep it there, and there's a responsibility to, make sure that you're keeping it in tip-top shape.
Well, you mentioned some of those guest dancers that you have, and we wanted to mention one of them, Courtney D'Angelo, born and
Yes.
raised here in Dublin, and then maybe some of your river dance colleagues. Talk a little bit more about that and how you choose who you're going to have perform with you.
Well, yeah, first of all, we get the opportunity to have Courtney D'Angelo. Obviously, she's a local celebrity from Dublin, Ohio, or from Columbus. We've known each other for about 10 or 15 years now. We toured the world with Riverdance, and we worked together with different companies, and she actually performed in our show as well. And so this is going to be an amazing time to, have her on stage with us. But then we also have these incredible some other incredible dancers. We've got Morgan Bullock joining us as well. We've got Shannon Carney all the way from Chicago. And then we've got Kiva Kari as well, who also happens to be my girlfriend. So I'm
I was
very
gonna-
lucky to have her up there.
Well, that works out
Yeah,
now.
Yeah.
with me.
It's good.
I might have a slight bias as who my favorite one is, but
So when you're
yeah,
performing, oh, go ahead. Sorry,
sorry, go ahead.
No, when you're performing at a 3-day festival and every day of it, do you like to be consistent for your audience, or is there something you're going to throw in one of the days that you're only going to see on one?
Well, we like to change it up a little bit. So like, the a cappella that we do, the dance off that Matthew and I always do, it's always different
Okay.
because we like to just have fun with each other on stage.
yeah, in that one, like we love to interact with the audience, and
Yeah.
Which-
almost like read the room,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're always messing with each other, messing with the audience, seeing where it goes, like reading their energy. And then yeah, we're gonna have some different songs
We
that
have
we dance to, like from perform even inside just Dublin Irish Fest
Yeah, we
as
have
well.
two different sets this year. So make sure you don't have to just come once, like you can come see us twice because it's going to be two different
Absolutely.
sets. So we're excited for it. We have a really special one that's coming this year. Just to give you guys a little hint, it's like we call it Clockwork Jams, and it's a 10-minute number, and that's all we'll say.
All right.
All right.
All right. So anyone out there that's on the fence about buying a ticket for all 3 days, they should buy a ticket for all 3 days.
Oh, they should buy a ticket for all 3 days. It's
Okay.
just incredible. And not even just for Gardiner Brothers. We got the opportunity to go and just see the whole festival last year. You don't even have to have any connection to Ireland, but by the end of the weekend, you're going to be Irish. It's phenomenal. You need to just make sure you're there. It's phenomenal.
That's
Well,
awesome.
Bruce knows I'm going to ask this, but with these dance-offs, who usually wins? Who usually comes out on top there?
Uh-oh.
Well, that's actually a highly contested question in this
Yeah.
household. We actually, so something that we do is we are lucky. You said we have 5 world titles between us, but that means one of us has 3 and one of us has 2. So we actually, by the
Didn't
end
know
of the
that.
a cappella, by the end of the dance off, we get the audience to choose which brother is better. So that really keeps us on our toes,
Yeah, make it
literally.
personal.
Literally keeps you on your toes.
Well, we know you're bringing it every day then.
Every day.
All right, let's fire up the time machine just a little bit, go back in time. You were both born in Denver. Michael,
That's
you're
right.
the oldest. Does that make you the wisest also? And Matthew, feel free to weigh in.
Oh, boy.
I don't know if that makes me the wisest. I think maybe some days I think it does, but we definitely have a great relationship where Matthew can certainly tell me that I'm just being ridiculous some days.
If he's the wisest, then if he's the wisest, I'm the fittest. So
Yeah.
There we go.
that's how it
All
works,
right.
right?
All right, balancing act. So you started Irish dancing in 2003. What was that spark that made you want to continue dancing?
Well, yeah, I was the first into actually, that's a lie. Our sister was the first into a dance class. She's our older sister, Anna. She gets all the credit for getting us into dancing. Our parents wanted us to have some of that Irish culture growing up, and so they put Anna in, and then I kind of loved the class, and there just happened to be an Irish dancing class with a lot of boys in it. So that, like, we
Yeah.
just ended up messing all the time, so that was great. And then Matthew just thought it was part of everyday life.
Yeah,
But
I didn't I didn't see it as a change. I just honestly thought it was part of, the Gardiner family household as a young lad. So we loved the intricate rhythms, the musicality, and that must, maybe that's in our DNA, who knows, but we just fell in love with that. And we fell in love with the friends that we were making and the lessons that we learned. And honestly, that just kind of kept snowballing. And then when we moved to Ireland in 2006, I think it was a real foundation for the whole family. We were leaving a lot of family and friends in America too, and to have this Irish dancing to hold on to was great, and a way to meet new friends, and obviously, we had our family in Ireland as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were honored to interview the Step Crew last year before the Irish Festival. I have
Oh
to
yes,
imagine you're familiar with their dancing,
yes.
and that's kind of a family affair as well. So
yes.
Absolutely, and the Pulaski brothers, we're obsessed with those guys. They're so
yeah.
good. They're so much fun. So much energy. So much energy. We love it.
Right. My brothers and I also dance, but not quite that
I
well.
thought you were going to tell
No.
me you were an Irish
At
step
weddings,
dancer.
I wish. We do have some Irish dancers
Okay.
on our team here, though.
We did,
No?
absolutely.
Shirley on our
Fantastic.
Dublin
Well, we'll
Irish
have to meet up with
Festival
them when
dance.
we're in Dublin.
Absolutely. Yeah, we've seen some of those early trophies that were taller than you guys. What do you remember just about those early wins and dance performances?
Well, I think it was extremely it was obviously so exciting. I think you don't realize that you're learning a lot as you're, winning and losing. Irish dancing taught us a lot about how to win, but it also taught us how to lose. And so, you saw these amazing trophies, and that was obviously, I think the first year I won one of these trophies, I think Matthew got to see it before he even started dancing. And he was like, well, I want one of those. And so sure enough, the next year he went back and he won one, of course. But I think it's incredibly exciting, and it's something that, like, I suppose grounded us as well in something like realizing, how to set goals and then how to, achieve those goals. And it was, even as young lads, it was teaching us lessons that we didn't really realize that it was teaching us.
You've performed for Pope Francis, partnered with global companies like Visit Dubai, and even taken the stage at a Denver Broncos football game. All right, so as big Broncos fans, who's your favorite of all time?
Oh, I think Champ Bailey for me.
Champ Bailey, yeah, I think,
Yeah. Okay.
I'm an offensive guy. I think I'll have to go Peyton Manning.
Oh,
Wow. I
great
did not
choice.
see Peyton Manning coming. Okay.
I could dance
Yeah,
a
but
mile
you
away,
know
but that's
what?
okay.
We're big on Bo Nix this year. We're excited about him. He had an unfortunate ankle
Yeah, that
injury last year,
stunk
but he'll
for
be back
him.
better than ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
We mentioned
Yeah,
earlier
Such a
that
yeah,
pity, but
devastating.
Yeah.
now you're in Nashville. So what was behind that move?
well, the two of us always wanted to, try out living in America again. We absolutely love Ireland, but whether we were architects and engineers or content creators and performers, we always thought that, we might come back to America. And so we had the opportunity to tour America with Riverdance for about 10 years, and we got the opportunity to see basically every city in America. And so I think, obviously we had the likes of New York, Chicago, LA, they were on the list. Denver was on the list, but Nashville was always just so much fun. It was full of music,
Yeah.
full of culture, full of just, friendly people, and they don't mind us dancing on Broadway every day. So that's obviously a plus.
So on the social side, you've built an incredible following that we've kind of talked about. But your email signature kind of struck us as it says content creators, speakers, performers, and it's in that order. Is that deliberate? And how do you prioritize your career?
Yeah, well, that's a great question. Those are kind of the three main pillars, I guess, of what we do. Obviously, the content creation and the performing. And the speaking is almost a little bit more surprising when people see that. And that's kind of a door that's opened for us in the last 3 or 4 years that we didn't really see ourselves going into. But we really, really enjoy that as well. In terms of prioritizing our career, I think we look at all three as like equal third parts.
Yeah, I think it's and that's what keeps us like so fresh all the time. There's parts of the year that are more focused on content creation, parts of the year like the summer that's more focused on performing, and then obviously there's parts of the year that are focused on speaking. But I think in terms of like what order we put it in, I think it's a little bit more obvious that we're content creators and performers. So I think we put speakers in there to just be a bit of a disruptor. But we love all three just as equal.
Yeah, I guess.
Tell us a little bit more about your speaking engagements. What are some things that what places you're going and things you're talking about? What's that look like?
Yeah, well, I mean, the speaking career for us really kind of happened. I don't want to say like by accident, but it was one of these things where we were starting to be asked to perform at corporate events for 45 to 60 minutes. And so Matthew and I just thought, well, we should say yes to some of these things, but how are we going to fill 45 to 60 minutes?
Right.
You're like, I can't dance for that long.
We just started, telling our story. So the first couple of times it was more so like telling a little bit of our story and some of the things that we've learned. But then we realized that people were really taking impact from what we were talking about. And they were coming up to us afterwards saying, hey, that was, that what you were talking about there, I really took that. That's going to come home with me. And we thought, God, there must be something wrong with the dancing if they're listening more to the speaking. But we realized all of a sudden that we did have a lot of these, lessons and these kind of teachings that we could have impact with people, and we could, help people. So now we get to go to, corporate events where we were speaking at the, Society of American Military Engineers about innovation a couple of weeks ago, and that was just incredible. And what we do in that case is we were speaking about innovation through the lens of rhythm. So, as Irish dancers, we've always had to be innovators, and, even just kind of coming up with a special rhythm or a dance routine. And we talk about acting on beat, thinking off beat. So that's kind of our way of helping others realize that, innovation isn't just for the chosen few. It's actually inside of everybody, but not everybody has been given the tools. We were given the tools as dancers. So we want to be able to help others, really access those tools themselves.
Wow, we have to get you guys staged to do some speaking at the Dublin Irish Festival. We have storyteller stages and things like that. So we'll talk
Let's
to
do it.
Allison
Yeah.
and see if we can make that for 2027.
Let's go. Let's do it. We're all ears.
All right, we talked a little bit about the Dublin Irish Festival earlier today, but and you guys were here last year for your first time. For someone who's never been, what would you tell them they're missing?
I think they're missing the whole spectrum of Ireland.
Yeah. If you have any sort of connection to Ireland, if you've ever wanted to go to Ireland, do you know what? Even if you're just looking for a good time, it's full of music, it's full of amazing food, it's full of amazing people. Everybody's just there to have a great time. It's I don't want to jinx it now, but it was amazing weather last year.
Oh, that was the best
no,
weather ever.
that's great.
Well, you guys are our lucky charms. So
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The luck of the Irish.
Uh-huh.
But
That's it.
it's a real celebration of just community, music, dance, storytelling.
Yeah, there really is something there for everyone. Um, Within the booths and the stages, like
Yeah.
storytelling, arts and
Arts and crafts.
Irish heritage, all of that stuff. So
As an Irish person, it makes me incredibly proud, genuinely so proud to just observe it. Never mind just be a part of it, but to observe it, to have a group of people celebrating our culture, the Irish culture, as much as that, it's just really phenomenal. And you'll leave there, like we said, you'll leave there with a little taste of Ireland. It's really phenomenal. You'll be a little bit Irish. You'll be a little bit more Irish after the weekend.
I think you've thrown out 3 taglines for us now that we're going to use next year. So thank you. That helps our
Yeah.
How
marketing
about
side.
it?
That's great. Okay, well, we're just so excited to see you this year. But before we let you go, we end all of our episodes with rapid fire questions. So
Okay.
this is always fun when we have two guests.
Yeah.
So I guess just figure out who wants to go first. And these questions are for both of you.
Yeah.
So I'll go first. So what is the best part of touring?
New new city every day.
New city every day. Fun with your friends every day.
Right. Most challenging part of touring.
Living out of a suitcase.
Yeah, upkeep of your body. Just, it can be tiring as well.
No. On that note, must have food on the road.
Ooh,
I know mine.
In-N-Out Burger.
I was going to say a carbonara, a little bit more healthy, but okay.
Oh, wow.
There you go.
A vegetable you won't eat.
Like a turnip.
Onions. Actually, most of them. Matthew would say I don't eat any vegetables.
Most of them. All right, how about coffee? Essential or optional?
Essential.
Essential.
Okay.
After a performance, a celebratory drink or straight to water?
Straight to water, and then maybe a celebratory drink.
What he said.
Okay.
There you go. Okay, an audience you would still love to perform for.
Oh,
Dublin Irish Fest.
World Cup final.
Ah, there you
wow.
go.
That's a good one. An artist you'd love to collaborate with.
Oh my God, that's a hard one.
The first three that came into my head are actually all passed away, unfortunately.
Oh.
But
Well, past or
Yeah,
present. Let's go with past or
That's
present.
fun.
past or present,
Well, then Michael Jackson.
Queen,
Yeah,
who was,
there you go.
but maybe I'll go with Ed Sheeran.
And then
Okay.
I'll say Shakira.
All right.
Wait, do your hips lie?
Never.
Never. All right. If the Tennessee Titans invited you to perform, could you wear the jersey even as diehard Broncos fans?
Oh, I think so. I mean, they're not the biggest rivals because they're actually not that good.
You know what? I'd wear the jersey and I'll wear Broncos underneath. That's
All
what
right.
I'll
Oh,
That's a good
there you
move.
go,
That's
smart.
Yeah.
All right. You've already kind of said this earlier, but give our listeners the best pitch to come out and see you at the 2026 Dublin Irish Festival.
Well, it's going to start off with some Irish.
Yeah.
First of all, some Irish music, pure Irish dancing. Then we're going to bring you on a little bit of a journey through time
Yep.
with what Michael said was called Clockwork Jams. And that's a 10-minute piece. There's going to be maybe some comedy in there.
Yeah.
Some of our biggest hits on social media. And then we're going to be joined by 4 incredible dancers as well who tour the world as well with companies like Riverdance.
And if you love to sing along while people are performing, this is the one for you. We want you guys to be singing along with us while we're dancing. And that's just a hint. The energy's going to be there, so you need to be there.
All right.
Right.
Awesome. All right. Matthew, Michael, Gardiner, thank you so much for joining us on Link Ahead, and we will see you very soon in Dublin.
Hey, thank you very
Thanks
much
for
for
having
having
us.
us. We're really excited for it.